Well, greetings to you, my friends, one and all, from wherever you may be viewing from, and thank you for joining me on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, a rather haggard and worn out Bayou Gold Guy today. I still have paint and shit on me, and I didn't. I tried to outlast the kids next door for recording this, but I can't wait anymore. I mean, long day at work. Whenever these days, I work till dark, and when it gets dark so late, I end up for long days. So we are going to get into this one right away. It is the second bottle or of two that I got from our good friend Matthew Ford Prospecting, who also sent me the awesome primordial. I got my dog. Still have the dog. The primordial super soil and his own special blend, which we do have some peppers. I'm not gonna get into that tonight probably, but I've got the plants going with them, and they're doing good. So he also had sent me, besides the very cool bag of pay dirt, a 5-pound bag, he included a black sands vial, and yeah, very cool. So I thought we'd just go ahead and jump on this one tonight. So without any further ado, let's turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana. That's it, our table, where X marks the spot for the Ford Prospecting. Well, get the camera there. And you can see there it's from the Cowlitz River, Black Sand, Longview, Washington, and gold added, 20.25 grams. And it's the small batch Paydirts and made in Longview, Washington. So I believe this is the one that he did. This is number 2. He did this is our first bag we did, which came out so awesome, and some beautiful gold in it. Number 1, and there we have number 2. So again, I'm very honored to been his first two pay dirts to go out, and he's supposed to have some ready to go. I believe he's going to have it in the fall. He had said, but you never know. So, but he sent me these to try along with the awesome dirt. There is our bag of the primordial super soil, and it is working. It's working. Now you got some plants doing great. So it's going to be the black sand challenge. But I said I believe this is when he told me he had picked this stuff up when he was out like deer hunting, and he was down there on the river. So he had scooped up a bunch of his black sands, and yeah, you can see that is a pure black sand. So we're going to get some water set up, get our still have that's from, well, no, I was thinking that was our red soul. That was 2 weeks ago. This is from Vendetta's the high Siampa bag that we did, the pirate treasure. Awesome pay dirt that was, and with a bunch of goodies in it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get our water set up. I guess we can go ahead and dump this out and take a look at it though before we do that. That's the normal routine. I just think there's nothing to classify because it is black sand, but yeah, let's, a very fine black sand, it looks like. I mean, this thing's got some weight to it. This for this jar. I guess I should have weighed it before I. Well, I mean, also there is some weight to this. This is a solid glass jar. That's not plastic. So very cool. That's why it was packed in all the foam. We had the airbags around it. So we do have our magnet handy. So let's just see what we're going to be dealing with tonight. Oh yeah, you knew it was not going to be pretty. there's there's the amount of dirt that we have left, and there's all that black sand. Look at that. That looks like about as much as came out of that 3-pound bag of the uh, Vendetta we did last week. It had a pom pom like that on it too. Like I said, that was 3 pounds of dirt, and it was a lot of black sand for that. This is that little vial, and it's still grabbing it up. So yeah, and that is dense. Check that out. All right, well, there you go. That's incredible though, to scoop that up off the river and have that much a spot where you're just picking up black sand like that. It always feels weird when you pull it off too like that. the magnetism kind of holds it together, makes it like a semi-solid until it pulls away and then it dissolves in your hand. It's like I said, it's just kind of a neat little side thing of having that super magnet. And if you like doing this, I would recommend I can get on there on YouTube for not YouTube on Amazon, like $21. I've just got a big bolt that I'd used off a job that I didn't finish with, and my plastic cup that I got from Walmart pharmacy. I just asked them. I got one to match. I told them what I was doing. They gave me one. But you can see this one has gotten a little bit rusty. You got to be careful. If you snag something without without the buffer on it, if this thing picks up something heavy, it will crack that housing. And there are a few chips in this one, but it's been used pretty heavily. I've had it for almost 2 years because I got it, I think, just a couple of months after I'd started doing my videos. So it's held up pretty good. I always try to keep it in the house. I try, but like I said, I think this cup's cracking, and it's getting some water gets in there from time to time, which I guess that's why the rust. So need to polish it up and get it into shape. But all right, well, there you go. We're gonna get our water set up, get this mixed back together, and get into some black sand and some. Looks like it's going to be some fine gold, which I love the fine gold. I don't know if you can hear the kids. Just ask them if they can not scream. They can keep playing, just don't scream. Yeah, kids. Y'all might have noticed I planned it tonight, for unlike the last time. So I got my lights set up out here. I thought I forgot I even had these. And well, hell, maybe I should just bring these out instead of using a headlamp and the battery powered. So yeah, that gives it a pretty good. And the camera, I don't even have the. Oh, I'm zoomed in. It's still not letting me do it. What's the deal? All right, there's I got my light on the camera now. Hokey shit. So all right, we will not be using the deep dish tonight. And I know better after starting off with all that Sand and Vendetta last week. I still haven't gone through the tailings on that, and I do have the jet dry in the water, but yeah, I still haven't gone through the tailings on that to get the silver. I went through it and looked for gold, but I did not pick silver back out through all the fine, super fine silver that's in there. So it's over here to the side. There is not much moving very easily in this. Very little bit of lighter. That little bit of sand that showed up in the bottom after all the black was up does not leave much to wash off. I probably already have too much in there as it is now. Because like I said, I'm betting we're dealing with some pretty fine gold in here with this black sand. Yeah, I've been shooting videos, segments of the paint job I'm doing in this house since I stripped off the vinyl, got it back down to the cypress, and then had to basically fill in, sand, prep, all the, it's about 22,000 square feet, something like that. And a bunch of windows, and remove awnings, moved a couple of, added one on. So, but I've got it painted now. I'm starting on the trim, but I was thinking I might just be putting out another Bayou construction video for this week, but I couldn't do that. It's 1 week away from. Actually, it's crazy. I started the channel 2 years ago on May 12th, and Friday is May 12th, so we'll be doing the next week's 2-year anniversary show on the day on the regular Friday night show. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing The 2-year giveaway for that one, it's going to be a 2-gram bottle of Bayou Gold Paydirt with the gator eyes. You just saw I have a bunch of gator eyes in from thanks to Mr. Ed Kelly and Mike at Gold Nugget Sales, and the gator teeth that came in from Vendetta. That was amethyst. So it's going to be a cool bottle, and yeah, 2 grams with a one of those grams is going to be a 1-gram nugget. So it's something you're going to want to probably have. It wouldn't be bad to have for a prize. I think we'll probably just do a comment. Uh, I was thinking about doing a, what do you say? Call it a guess the weight. That was kind of, I think that was the first one we did with the Miners Depot. So I haven't decided, but it'll be on next week's video to kick it off, and then we'll let it run for a week or two or whatever, and then do the announce the winner. But I think it should be like I said, it'll be a pretty cool prize, and I'll probably have a vial, one of the Gatorized vials for the consolation prize. But it'll have a nice chunk of gold in it. Man, is that sand or gold? Oh no, I'm in the wrong damn pan. I'm seeing writing in it. This was my personally signed clutch pan that's worn away. Look at that gold showing up there. All right, well, maybe we're not going to have too much of the. I was thinking he might have put some like flour gold. When I see that black sand, I'm thinking, oh boy. But yeah, if that's what we got to recover, that size, that will not be too bad. And check it out. Like I said, this had a 1/4 gram in it, but check that out. We've already got a nice. Look at that showing up there in that black sand. Nothing looks cooler than gold against the black sand like that. But I know that bag we did, the last 1/4 gram bag that he had, I think we had 0.8 of a gram or something like that in that. So he had he did us proper on beefing it up. So I think it looks like from this first pan that I think he was equally as generous on this bottle. That is awesome, man. That's beautiful too. Looks good out here in the light in the night. Yeah, look at that. So, all right. Well, again, thank you so much, Matthew Ford, Ford Prospecting, and we'll start. Where's my snuffer bottle? There it is. There's our new Vendetta prize snuffer bottle we got in. we just we got half of our stuff there from Vendetta Prize. Is our blue pan, our snuffer bottle, our headlamp, which again we're not going to be using tonight, but great great channel, a great guy. See, there is a speck right there that made it down. So yeah, that's it. Don't get cocky. don't don't get cocky with this stuff. Take that black sand serious, because it'll carry that little, even that's still a pretty good chunk of gold. That's not. Imagine if there was some flower gold wizard style gold in there. I just got a picture from Jammin' Jeff sent me. John R. Prospecting had sent him his. I think he mentioned it on his channel there before. He sent him. He had gotten a vial of the kinky from Creed at Alaska Nine Finger Mining, and he just, after seeing me go through mine, especially, and he just really kind of lost lost his taste for wanting to do battle with it. And Jeff did so good with mine. He because I'd gotten, I think, what was it, 0.85 or something like that, between 8.5 and 9 that I recovered out of mine, and Creed said there was over a gram in it. And but yeah, Jeff, John sent him his bottle, and he had sent me a picture of that vial that he had done, and I'll tell you, he got a lot more than a gram out of it. It's but it looks like sand. And that's the other thing too. The stuff that John had and the bottle that I did was not the same stuff that has been done. I think we saw it was Flower Gold Wizard did some of it or something, and somebody else. And this is from almost 2 years ago, and and just the size of the gold that was in that, that was obviously it was not the same, because they got it out pretty easily. And like I said, I went through it for and got it back out and tried to do it again, as I recall, and still got my ass handed to me. And but that's the thing, it's it looks like the sand that it's in, it's so light colored and beige. There's no real gold. But yeah, he sent me a picture of it, and he actually in the vial. So hopefully he'll be putting that on his channel. I don't want to spoil anything else, but yeah, that's I say this. When I see black, and then I did John had sent me the black poison from Flower Gold Wizard. He'd gotten a couple of bags, and he'd sent me one for the Halloween show 2 years ago, and that was some tough stuff. I still have some of that I'll throw in whenever somebody wants it tough. I throw in an extra tenth of a gram of some Flower Gold Wizard fine stuff that they see eluding them in the bottom of the pan as they're trying to wash it away, and it's carrying around with that black sand. I tell you, that stuff is pretty tough, but it didn't compare to that original Kinkies. So it was interesting to see what. And again, it looked the same beige color that I'd had, but yeah, it was it's some tough stuff. But it's not the same now that it was 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure. At least not those weren't. Maybe. And I was, John was like, well, maybe they file it down. I said, well, I don't think you can file down gold to that, to that kind of a micro dust. And then I'm watching on YouTube, and they're showing the jeweler, and they're cleaning up the jeweler's stands where they're buffing and polishing gold rings and chains and all this. And they fill up this can, and it's a coffee can, pretty good size. And I swear to God, it looked the same beige, non-shiny gold that Creed had. So I was betting he must buy it, maybe get it from jewelers, and because they were scrapping it all up to go and have it melted down into a bar, and or bullion or whatever. But it was pretty cool when I saw him doing that. And I said, "Well, damn, John was right. That's exactly what that is fine, shavings and buffing off of bigger gold that leaves that just incredible dust, flour beyond flour." So anyway, that's that's what that is. So watch for that. Jim and Jeff, he's been kind of tied up. Hopefully he said he's gonna have some videos coming out soon. Oh, all right. Well, we're getting through another one here. So again, I think we've got there's some finer gold showing up there. You see those specks. I don't know if it's picking up in this light, because it shows there's our gold, but then over here, there we go. That's a tiny speck. The light is amplifying it. And there was a couple of more that were in here. So yeah, it's not quite flour gold, but oh, it is some fine gold. It looks like he's got mixed in here with it. So that's gonna be cool. And then there's a rock hanging up there. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm seeing that. A few tiny little micro specks there. I'm surprised we didn't have any. I guess that was coming off the top of the vial. Again, I would have thought it would have packed down more, but it stayed pretty well suspended, just like that um, pill bottle that I got from, again, John R. Prospecting. Bless you, brother. But that he had sent me, he'd ordered two of them from Pan in a Can. And if y'all saw that video, it came out with almost the same amount of gold from the first that I dumped out of the top of the bottle to when I got down to the bottom of the bottle. And that it would stay stratified in the same place. Let's see, there's those little fine specks up there at the top. And there's our little chunkies right there. So, hey, little girl. My little rescue kitty there. Where is she? Is she gonna let me take it? She doesn't tend to have her picture taken. Yeah, come here and see me. Come here and see me. Yeah, come here. Come here. That's my girl. That's my girl. Actually, she's gotten to the stage where I can actually pick her up and actually hold her and love on her for a little bit, right? She's not that thrilled about it, but she doesn't go wild, and that's oh, y'all didn't even see that. Oh hell, well, I got to pick her up and hug her, so that'll probably be edited. Anyway, since I've had the mutt show up, she's he's disrupted the whole house. I tell you, the the routine has changed 100% around here for both the cats inside, the cat outside here, me walking a fucking dog 5 times a damn day. I don't have to worry about carrying around the little glove to pick up his poop because he's real good about doing that in the house and not getting it on neighbors' lawns. So yeah, he's great at that of it. So we're working on that part. Although he did go twice this morning and tonight whenever I got home, but I had a little pile there from today when he was, but he was in there for, well, I was gone for 9 hours, I guess, before I got home. So he was there a long time by himself. So, but I got the pads down, the training pads, and he doesn't use those. He likes. Unfortunately, I got that vinyl floor in there, so it's easy to clean up, and he's healthy, so it's never messy. It's solid, but it's just I'm just glad he doesn't mark his territory everywhere around my house. So he but I tell you, I come home and he goes fucking crazy. It's for 5 minutes. I'm calming him down, and that's from the second day that I had him. I found him, last Wednesday when I came home to drop something off in the middle of the day, and he was on the front porch, and he wouldn't leave, so I hung on to him, and I was pretty much finished with what I was going to be doing as far as my work for the day over there, and took him over because it was later in the afternoon now. I say lunch, but it was But anyway, I ended up hanging on to him, put the ad in the notice in the internet thing here for Facebook for the neighborhood, and that's how I got the home for the Australian Shepherd in 2 hours. But apparently nobody was looking for this little guy, and nobody still has responded. So he I still haven't really. I call him Dingo sometimes because he kind of have a dingo look. But I was talking to my friends about the people I'm doing the work from the house today about him, and because she asked me, you still have your, yeah, I've still got him. And I was talking about it. I haven't named him. I don't want to. I was, trying to find the home. If I name him, then I'll get, even more attached. I already am for a dog I don't want. And my buddy said you should name him Skipper because I was, he's running the house. He's like, actually that's kind of a suitable name for him. She's like Skippy, and he's like, no, Skipper. I was like, yeah, I kind of like Skipper. And he's a bundle. But yeah, I'm sitting there just calming him down and trying to. He goes through some kind of hyper anxiety seeing me get back home. but he hasn't been abandoned again for life. But oh, I tell you. And then the other issue is he hopped up on the bed the other night, and I'm like, "What did bring and say he had something in his mouth? It wasn't one of his toys. The damn turd out of the fucking cat box." I'm like, "No, no, no!" I went in there, took him in there, and stuck his nose in it, and swatted him on the butt and scolded him. I mean, I didn't hit him. I just kind of, like you do. I've got a paper towel roll. I was thinking I could use for it, but I don't think that really works that well for dogs for that. But yeah, I was trying to emphasize because I haven't had to really scold him. I mean, when he poops, I'll take him in there and rub his nose near it, or when I soak up, if he has peed on the floor, I'll use the paper towel and soak it up and then hold it up to him and scold him and take him outside. But um, yeah, with that, I that we can't have that. You stay the hell away from that cat box. Because I've had friends whose dogs would get into the trash digging out where they would empty when they'd scoop out the cat box. And yeah, especially not whenever I come in and he's wanting to lick my face and try to kiss me in the mouth. And like, good lord, I mean, but again, that's just why I'm not. Enough of that pan. I don't like the little bit shimmers of gold that keep showing up in there in the dark here. But yeah, they're just so damn needy and high maintenance. But I mean, if I took him up to the SPCA and turned him in up there, somebody would probably pick him up pretty quick. I don't think he would would last long for the because he's a little obviously we got some Chihuahua in him, I think, and then some type of terrier. But he's not he's very super friendly and super interactive, and I've never heard him the cat swat at him and hiss at him, and he barks at him, but I've never heard him growl or you know do anything aggressive in any way. So I mean, he's a good boy. I've gotten attached to him over the last week for sure. And Hurricane's gotten where he'll he was pretty used to him anyway from the start. He kind of looked down on me. He'd sit on the bar stool up there and look down on him and hiss at him if he got too close, and then he let him get closer and closer and sniff his butt and that kind of shit. But Angel has just been, she doesn't really want anything to do with him. She just last night, for the first time, came back in the bedroom where when he was in there, with me on the bed, laying there watching TV. And normally she would be there laying on me. And he's sitting up there on the bed and Hurricane's on the other side. And, I just really feel bad. I know she feels displaced. I'm and I'm trying to watch her because she got out 2 times here in the last month, darting out the damn door, and for a couple of days at a time. So I'm worried she maybe with kitten, and I've been dealing with the fleas from the dog because he came in with a lot of them. And I didn't dawn him hard enough when I bathed him the first time with it. I really needed to let it soak on him more, so they were still persisting. And I went and bought him a bottle of like $14 dog flea shampoo, and I was gonna bathe him with it last night. And I'm reading the precautions because a lot of that stuff is very hard on the animals. It's not good for them at all. And the very last thing on the bottle where it said is if your dog interacts with cats, grooming or in close proximity, this could be toxic to cats. Oh shit. It's shampoo. I'm washing it all off and it could still be, well, I don't want to poison my puppy with that kind of shit anyway, not to mention my cat. So I just got the Dawn again and just let it sit longer. and I'll just have to bathe him more if I'm going to be keeping him. But I'm not gonna put a toxin on him that's can you know be transferred to my cats from being in proximity to him, still being left in his fur for a damn flea shampoo. But I mean that's just crazy. That shit's that toxic. But I won't get. I know Frontline has gotten a number of responsible for a number of. Which pan am I seeing here? Okay, actually, this is the clutch pan. This one's just scoured up and colored. I thought that was a marker in that, but this is actually the clutch pan with the mark. I can't even tell anymore. Shit. But yeah, and then of course I've said it before on this channel. Never give your pet anything associated with Hearts Mountain in any way, because that is the some of the most toxic shit on the market to animals. With, I mean, tens of thousands of pets that have died, and they still sell that shit. It's a crime in itself. But the other ones that are main things also, though I was using the kind, that's why I haven't been giving them any, because I was giving it to when I still had my boy Irwin, who passed away. It was coming up on a year in June. I still miss him, but I was giving it to him and an Angel and Hurricane, where you put it on the back of their skull. And after a couple of times dosing them with that, maybe two or three times, they started they would act like it burned them. They'd run away whenever they'd see me get it out, and like they didn't want it on them. And I couldn't smell anything in it. I put some on my skin. It didn't burn. And uh then whenever after they had it on them, they'd act for an hour or two or so. They'd get kind of like disoriented, not salivating or anything, but they'd be disoriented and have just behave differently, like it was having some kind of a drug reaction on them. So I quit. I quit doing it and just started using the flea comb all the time. But the flea comb just doesn't work for this with what came in on the dog, and from Angel getting out and bringing them in now too on hers. So I don't know. It's a pain in the ass. The girl was trying to sell me the $80 flea collar, saying how great that was. I'm like, well, yeah, that's great until my cat gets out, and then that thing's ripped off their neck. Like every time my other cats ever got out that had a flea collar on them, and they came back without a collar, and those were only $15 collars. Uh, anyway, yeah, but again, it's well, you can see he's even taken over the YouTube channel here, because that's what I've been talking about throughout this panning session here, is the damn how the dogs rearrange the house. But yeah, I'm thinking about Skipper. I kind of think that's kind of a cute name for his little ass, because he thinks he is a big dog, which all those little dogs do, kind of like short person's disease. But but worse when it's those little fucking yapping. I just never had much use for the little yapping dogs. At least he's calmed down. He was whining and barking at the door here. I know it takes some adjustment, so he's learning. Yeah, see, with the this gold's big enough, I can still use a bit of a swirl rather than having to do the rock back and forth. It takes so long where you're just inching it down like that. This stuff flows away pretty easily for black sand on it. So that's uh that's cool. Because that was a y'all saw it. That was a big pom pom of magnetite loaded up on that magnet. But again, just some beautiful. There's a nice chunkier chunk in there. that I can see some very nice character on already. Oh, yeah. That is a cool little vial, I'll tell you. Jar. And again, not that little of a jar. It held a good amount in there. Like I said, that thing was heavy. I did so again. That's why I didn't do this last week, because I was running short on time then too. And I was thinking, man, I just won't have time because I know that black sand's going to be hard to get through. There's a little speck that got away. That black sand's going to be hard to get through, and I was already tired, and I'll just do the Vendetta pirate booty. I mean, I know there's a lot to pick out of it as far as the uh, all the inclusions that he puts in there, but uh, I wasn't expecting all the black sand. It's like, damn, I should have done stuck with the vial, wrapped up the Matthew Ford prospecting. I wouldn't have had 3 pounds to go through to do that. So yeah, this one's gone a lot quicker than the which is good because I'm even shorter on time this week and more tired. I got the whole house painted, sprayed yesterday, one day, 11 gallons. So that's good. And then today I had to go and they're basically buying this paint by the damn gallon. not that bad, but I mean it's okay. We have to wait. Okay, I was ready to get the paint job done. I had all the prep, and it's been weeks getting it prepped, stripped down, like I said, from to the cypress and all that, and filling and repairing and all that. And then I primed it in a day, and then I sprayed it in a day, but I had to wait for them to be able to get the paint between that. And today we went and got the trim colors. Still have to go back and get the brick color. So just drags out. But at any rate, it's wrapping up. I don't know if y'all saw the big jump. If you notice, I'd said a couple of videos ago from a couple of weeks ago that I think it was Chase or whatever J.P. Morgan or Chase, whichever had sent out over 1 million ounces of gold in their manipulation of the gold price after it was up to $2,019, which then it subsequently dropped back down to it was with I saw the lowest I saw it was at 1989 or something like that, 85. But it jumped in the last few days up about $60 today. I think it was the last time I checked, it was at 2,050. So I don't know what's going on, what they're doing with that shit, but they're jacking around with it. They're trying to manipulate it, and would think it has something to do with the fact that the de-dollarization that's going on between Saudi. Like I mentioned y'all again a few videos ago, that Saudi was going to take what's always been the standard is American dollars. You had to transfer any of your money to American dollars to buy oil from Saudi Arabia. And that is not the case anymore. They will take any currency, which is not good for us. And again, a direct result of incompetent scumbag traitorous criminals that are running this fucking country and running it into the ground and don't care. They're so brazen. They've gotten away. They can get away with everything. So just unscathed that they have. It's just again. Coors. Bud Light is just getting destroyed by the Mulvaney boycott, and they're actually disavowing now, trying to pass the buck and blame and say, They would not have done that. That's not what they, that was not their doing. And in the meantime, the Navy just showed they've got their new spokespersons. This fucking again, an ugly man dressed up as an uglier woman as a tranny is their fucking spokesperson for the fucking United States Navy in a time when when we're outgunned by both Russia and China, and they're working together, and we're gonna we're just the laughing stock of the fucking world. It's just beyond, you know. Clown world was always just a metaphor. It wasn't reality. We are living in a reality of clown world where men dress up like women, and if you don't acknowledge them as that, then if you don't buy into people's delusions and accept it as a fake false reality, then you can get locked up. It's that's what it is. Mulvaney was calling for, you should be locked up if you misgender him, if you don't call him by the right pronoun of the day. I tell you, man, it's fucking shit. There's a speck that lip. That's what I like about these green pans. It's got that extra lip at the bottom that keeps that from just flowing on out. The speck got away from me there. Man, I don't know where these bugs are coming from. I got all these little fucking. Got one that's down my damn shirt. They look like kind of like long termites. There's in my drink. Cheers. Little vodka lemonade with a splash of cranberry. All right, let's take a look at our snuffer. Hell, I was thinking this was gonna take so long. I was gonna break out the grill. I was thinking about grilling up some pork chops and chicken tonight. That hell, it's already pushing 9 o'clock, and I'm pretty tired. So I'll probably pull out a frozen hamburger patty and well, no, I might stick some chicken in the oven or something. Do that shit. Uh, yeah, I think we got our quarter gram on this out of this bag, no doubt. That's some nice. Look at that little smile there on the bottom of the pan. It's very nice. Oh, there's the first June bug of the year. Just buzzed me. Watch out! Watch out! Say greetings from greetings from South Louisiana, and he's off. But yeah, check that out. That is awesome. We got a little black sand in the corner there. But all right, well I'll get this washed down the rest of the way. Oh, okay. Little bug that showed up. Check out my bottle. It's still that uh, baking soda and super glue. It's keeping it sealed up. It's made it through. I think this is like the third or fourth video now since I repaired it, and it's working like a champ. So that's some good stuff for a number of repair needs, because there's nothing else that I could put on there that would have held up like that, being squeezed and flexed the way that stuff has in water. So, all right, well, again, looking beautiful. Check out that. Damn, these bugs are all over my ass. All right, we're taking it in. I guess having the three spotlights there on me isn't helping. So, all right, there we go. Well, I thought I'd bring you back for the end of this one because I went through all my tailings and I pulled out my black sand that was the magnetite, but there was still a ton of black sand in here, and you can see all those little granules there. I believe this is all our hematite, and there is some gold, some fine gold that got by me in that. So We are working it in black sand fashion. Washing that down. Oh, I guess we should show it. Yeah, you can see as it washes down those granules of hematite, crushed hematite, holding with that gold. So yeah, no swirling on this. You actually have to work it like a black sand where you keep an even flow on each side and it meets in the middle and pushes that layer of black sand down. A little stream. Oh, so you can see whenever you wash sideways, it carries too much. Well, I thought I saw more specks showing up than what seemed to be presenting themselves here. I may be editing all this out because it looks like I'm not. I was just seeing in the light here shining hematite because there is no gold in there. No, yeah, there it is. You can see right there. That's yeah. You can see that's gold showing up there. When the hell did I wash that down? Again, it's quite a bit of gold. That's what I was seeing. Is all that line of gold. I'm thinking, well, where the hell is one of those big swirls or something? Carried it on down. Or maybe I'm just distracted from the damn bugs crawling up my leg. Get off of me, you motherfuckers. Yeah, that's that's more like it. I was thinking, well, damn, I was pretty sure I was seeing gold, but like I said I'm rather tired, so I could mistake maybe a little bit of shine of black black shiny in with the sand, but not that much. And as you can see, that's a pretty good amount that got by me. But I was going through it rather aggressively. So yeah, so all right, well there you go. We'll have to see the end. I'm gonna clean the rest of this up, but that is what was in the tailings. So there, that's all gold matters, my friends. Well, all right, we are in with our dried, beautiful FORD prospecting gold. I've got, he's crawling up my leg. Would you calm down? Beautiful stuff. What is with you, huh? What is with you, little boy? Huh? He just will not leave me alone. Very high maintenance animals. That's why I never had a dog. This is literally the first dog I've had since I was a kid. Like I've always said, it's always been cats that would show up. Actually, I had a little bird that fell out of the nest on they're living in the rake on the shed out back, and the pitch on it, I guess it got out of the nest and came and tumbled down and fell out. And there was another one that was even a little bit smaller that was already down. And I tried to put it back. I got it back in. I rigged up some black in there. It should be. I think that is still. Yeah, that's gold. It had stuck with it this far, so. But I rigged up a kind of a little scoop on the end of a stick, so I had to reach in like 3 feet up that rake to where the nest was, and got it back in the nest, and was going to work. I found it when I had the pup out for his walk before I was leaving. So then I spent another 45 minutes before I left trying to get it back, and I came out. It had already apparently gotten out of the nest again and tumbled down the rake, and it was on the ground. And this time it was barely moving, and it didn't make it. So that was kind of sad. I ended up digging a little spot for it, and its little sibling there that had already been on the ground. The ants would get into it. So, but can't the cats? There's a lot of cats running around here. They don't mess with them, other than kind of playing. But yeah, it's just life on the bayou. Get all kinds of critters. What I did, one time I've had a whole flock, a mother wood duck with 10 babies that lived on the tree line behind me. And the neighbor came over and told me she had ducks in the backyard, and I walked over there, and I was expecting to see a duck, and it was a wood duck with like I said, a little train of 10 ducklings running behind it. Just a beautiful. But there we have 0.435 of our quarter gram Black Sands bottle, and it was a lot of fun to do, and some beautiful gold. And you can still see on the side there, I've still got my Vendetta pot. Actually, Carson had left a message that that's not that's not amethyst, that's fluorite. And I couldn't remember that. I knew there was another purple because it doesn't really. I mean, it looks like it could be amethyst, but it's just not. It doesn't have the. It has a different cleavage to it, and a density to the look to it compared to the. I guess I think these are actually amethyst here. I don't think those are fluorite, but because they look like amethyst shards I've had before, but just not polished. So, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff in that pirate booty bag. But thank you again to Carson for showing us that. And speaking of Carson, I need to say thank you again so much to him for sending me the card from the Wounded Warriors Project. And it is from the My Kill Fano. And the thank you for the generous gift that he sent, and we had contributed to for the in My Kill's name. So, and this was not sent by them. This was sent by Carson. So, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that, and we really appreciate what you did to get this going and for My Kill. So that was just wonderful. Yeah, that is some beautiful, very shiny gold from FORD Prospecting, and this is some nice character in those little flakes. A little bit of black sand that clung onto it there, but not too much. But like I said, some really pretty gold. So thank you again to Matthew. We will go ahead and that down here. And we'll add that to our first bag of FORD Prospecting gold, which was very beautiful. Some nice, again, we had some nice chunky pieces out of that big bag, along with some smaller stuff. But like I said, it almost had a crystallized look to it, a crystalline look. A very pretty gold with a lot of faceting and shine to it. So that's that is just awesome. So again, I really appreciate that, as well as the beautiful overriding the beautiful the killer dirt, and we'll be following up on that as well. So, like I said, you guys look forward to a chance to get some forward prospecting whenever he goes on the market with this. So, well, all right, that will wrap up. That will wrap up. Good night. He will not let me be. That will wrap up this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and he who remains unnamed so far, Skipper. Would you know what Skipper is? So, Ford Prospecting, awesome stuff, brother. Thank you so much again. Uh, thank you all for watching and subscribing, commenting, being in the live chat. So, like I said, tune in next week for the 2 year show. I'm not sure what we'll be doing, but it'll be that'll be the video where you'll either comment or guess, or it's my other cat. Angel's not happy with him. And we'll probably have a live chat. I'm sure we'll do a live chat giveaway for a vial of some gator eyes, or a little bag of dirt or something too for that. So I'll have to come up with that. I got some rain coming up the next few days, so actually I won't be able to do much more painting, the trim work on it. So I'll have some time. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? She is just not. She does not like this one. This is this is the closest as about as they get. But right, all right, there you go. She's not been the same. But meanwhile, my boy Hurricane, he just he continues to sit on his stool and watch the world go by. So it's not a bad strategy. So again, tune in next week. Win some gold. Um, Marvel at the fact this channel's been on for 2 years. I don't know how, but people are still watching. So thank you all so much for that. And until the next time, we're here at the menagerie saying, take care of each other. Peace out, my friends. Can you speak? You speak? He doesn't speak.